Hi, this is Marquita from MW Reborn Nursery and
Adamia from Unicorn Kit.
today we're going to show you part 2 of how we reborn. Today is the neutralizing your kit. So stay tuned. So here are the kits we're working on today. We have 2 of them. This is the Eleanor kit. She is a little orange for my liking, so we need to neutralize her. And this vinyl kit is the Sydney kit, and this kit is a little on the pale side. So I want to give this kit a little bit of color before we start putting on skin layers. Here are both together, so you can really see the difference. My lighting isn't the greatest, but you can see the difference between the two. Bottom line is they both need to be neutralized, so let's get started. Let's start by going over what you will need. So of course you'll need a blank kit. Then you'll need a bowl. I like to use a white bowl because then I can see the color that I'm mixing well. My paint thinner, I use the Mona Lisa paint thinner. This is very important. You need a color wheel. This is what's going to help you figure out what color you need to have. Then I have my paints. I already know that for this doll I need blues to neutralize the orange. And then I have my paintbrush and my mop brush to get the excess paint out. I also have a cosmetic wedge. Now this wedge is very square and flat. What I like to do is rip the top off of it, so when I start using it on the doll, I don't get these very straight edges. It looks unnatural, so it's best to just rip it off. I don't know if you can really see this, but ripping it off gives like a more natural texture, and this is what I use. So let's begin. So let's start by putting some paint thinner into your bowl or your well, enough that you know can cover the whole doll. Then let's look to see what the doll color is now. Right now I'm in the peachy tone in the center there. I go to the opposite end and I know I need to be somewhere in a blue-green color just to get the right neutralizing look. I realized to get that color I also need yellow, so I pulled out some more paint. So let's get some vein blue into this well. So we'll wet our brush with the paint thinner, get a little bit of the paint onto the brush and mix it in, and let's blend well. So this is just a little bit. I see that I need to add a little bit more because it's a little too on the watery side. You want it watery and runny, but not so light, so you don't have to put more than one layer on. So I add a little bit more vein blue, darken that up a little bit, and then we'll move on. Now to get that blue-green color, I'm adding a little bit of yellow ochre to sort of get that color going. Put a little bit in there. I like to add a little at a time. If you add too much, you're done. But if you add a little at a time, at least you know you can always add more. So let's blend that together. And I'm sort of right where I need to be. I know it looks a little darker, but it is very watery. And let's start brushing it on. So I like to brush it on instead of using the sponge for this part, just because it's going on really thin anyway. And then we start using our sponge and blotting and pouncing and pounce all over. So for this layer you want to pounce on the entire doll. You want to pounce the lips, you want to pounce the bottom of the feet, the palms of the hands, every single part, because you want to neutralize the entire kit. Now let's take our mop brush and gently just get into all the creases to get all of the excess paint that may have pooled around. You don't want to let this dry on to your baby, because then you're going to have these darker pieces and creases with whatever color you decided to use in there. And then we do a little inspection and As you can see, comparing it to the leg, it's not dry yet, but you can see it's already a bit lighter in color. And let's just continue to do it on all of the limbs.